How are you everyone? I hope am I audible? I hope am I audible now? Let me just check that whether my voice is audible to all of you. Hi Chaitanya, how are you? So, how are you? Audible, sir. That's great. Great. How are you? So, so, so guys, welcome me all to this class. So, I hope that everybody knows me. Myself, Agnimitra Aman. So, I'm a CAT 99 percentiler, and like I've qualified many of the examination, as all of you know. Okay. Fine, sir. Okay, Chaitanya. So this is basically what I am going to guide you is that we are going for percentage foundation course. We will fight for old school method versus the ratio method, and this is the part one. The agenda of the session would be two things. Means I will be guiding you like two things, which is again let me just make you understand. The purpose of the session is what? The purpose of the session is first to make you understand the old school method which you have done earlier. If you're like new to the class, it is very important for you to understand this is called as old school method, right, which you have done till now. I would say which you have done, like we know that you solve question with the old school method. Then I'll show you the ratio method. Ratio method is like very important and it will give you the result as fast as possible, correct? So let me start with the concept first, then I'll go to the point that what is the difference that you guys need to understand. So before I start, guys, first of all, everybody knows that the definition of percentage, right? Right. So everybody knows and also guys, this PDF would be given to my Telegram channel. As all of you know, I'll give you the PDF. So everybody knows about the percentage, correct? Percentage is what? Which is divided by 100. Anything which is divided by 100 is known as percentage. Fine. So basically there are two things to solve a percentage question, which is one is assuming the value, I would write assuming the value in terms of 100x, correct? Till now, if I say that anything is like increased by 25%, suppose agar, if I say like that anything is increased by 25%, what you say, first method is that you assume anything, you assume that okay, initially the initial value of that very part which has been increased is like 100x, correct? And after the final value, after the increment, that becomes to 125, correct? So this is what we assume. This is again, this is mind my word, this is according to us, that first I assume the value as 100x, and then I said after increment this got by, okay, this got into increase into 125x. So this is my, I would say, initial value. This is my initial value, and this becomes my final value. Final value. So this is one of the method which, like, you always assume, let the number be like 100x, let assuming the main course of the main content as a 100x. Now there is another method also which is called as ratio method. So this is a method of assuming, as let me write down. This is the method of assuming. Now the second method is that the second method would be come into the picture when you say that okay, let's apply the ratio. Let's apply the ratio. Now what is the ratio basically? Now for that you need to have a good vision about how to convert the very percentage into the ratio form, or I would say that into the fraction form. Let us now think. Same question, this is the method number 1 and I'll guide you the method number 2 here. So if I say that anything is increased by 25%, if I say that anything is increased by 25%, 25% means which is 1 by 4. I hope you understood this 1 by 4. I'll give you the sheet. Mark my word. I'll give you the sheet. Please go through that sheet. Any of the questions of the banking exam or of the any of the exam would be asked from that sheet only. Just wait. Now you should assume what? See, the assumption is that this 4 is your original value, or you can say base. This is your original. The denominator is original value, or you can say this is your base. I hope this point makes sense to everyone. This denominator is your original value, or it comes to your base, correct? Let me write down here. Okay, I'll write down here only. No worries. Now see, if I say that my original value is, my initial value is basically 4, initial value, then my final value would be what? My final value would be increment of this 1, means 1 by 4. This is my base value or original value or base value. When I add this 1 to this becomes my 4 plus 1 becomes my 5, becomes my final value. So my final value becomes again 5, 4 is to 5. So if you say 100 becomes 125, then also there is an increment of 25%. If I say 4 becomes 5, then also it becomes the change of 25%. What is, see, this is why I prefer this method, the ratio method, because everything in the ratio method is in simplified form. Everything in the ratio method is basically a simplified form. Suppose if I make you understand, suppose, see how ratio works. If I say, suppose I take a random example that anything is like increased by, increase means plus sign, okay, increased by 533.33%. Now anything is increased by, now if you will apply the percentage method, means the old school method, you will assume the value 100 and then you will increase it to 553.33%. It will give you again the very complex kind of result here. Avoid this method, okay, avoid this, erase this method. Now the problem will come with the ratio method is that ratio method के साथ क्या problem आ सकता है? Now try to understand. You can break this number to 500 plus 33.33%, isn't it? I can break now. Makes sense. And now see, 100% means 1 if 100% means 1, then 500% means what? These all are in percentage, guys. 500% means 5 plus what is 33.33, this is basically 1 by 3. If 5 plus 1 by 3 means what? 5 plus 1 by 3 means what? Come on, 5, that would be how much, guys? Come on, say. That would be 5 3s are 15, 16 by 3. So basically, if you say that if my initial value is 3, now see the point. My initial value, if my initial value is 3, after increment 3 plus 16, which is 19. So my final value would be again 19. Then there is an increment of 533.33%. Isn't it, everyone? Try to get this point. I'll make you understand. Chaitanya, is it clear to you? Chaitanya, is it clear to you? Please comment. Chaitanya, is it clear to you? What I said, if I say, let's say, if I say there is an increment of 533.33%, then I can break this number, 500 plus 33.33%. 100% is basically 1, so 500% would be 5, and 33.33% would be 1 by 3. While solving this, I am getting what? 16 by 3. So my initial value is 3 and my final value will become 19. I hope this makes sense to everyone. This is very important concept, guys. Very important concept when you solve a question of percentage through ratio methods. Through ratio method. So again, this is like very, very important for all of you. Let me show you. Now see, there is one hurdle also. What kind of hurdle? If any of the student don't know that how to convert this fraction, this percentage into the fraction form, he will be in trouble because he'll take the time, correct? So for that, I am giving you one of the very important sheet which will help you a lot. As you can see, I hope this is visible to everyone. Now this sheet I'll give you in my Telegram channel so that you can revise this all. This all sheet I will be giving you in my Telegram channel so you can revise this all. So basically, let me discuss first. What is 1? 1 is basically 100%, correct? What is 2? 1 by 2 is 50%. What is 1 by 3? That is 33, 1 by 3%. 1 by 4, 25%. 1 by 5, 20%. 1 by 6, 16.66%. 1 by 7, 7 2s are 14. 7 4s are 28%. 1 by 8, 12.5%. 1 by 9, 11.11%. This at least from 1 to 1 by 10. Everyone needs to be, every student of banking exam or any of the exam should remember this from 1 to 1 by 10. What I am guiding you? I am guiding you the percentage to the fraction form. The percentage to the fraction form. Try to remember what I am saying. I am guiding you how to change percentage to the fraction form. Then you will come to 1 by 15. 1 by 15, 1 by 16, 1 by 15, 6.66, 1 by 16, 6.25, 1 by 17, 5.88, 1 by 18, 5.55, 1 by 19, 5.26, 1 by 20, 5%, and so on and so forth. Correct? I hope this makes sense to everyone. So these are very important, percentage to fraction form, or you can say fraction to percentage form. Let me make you understand one more thing. One more thing. That is what. Now, as I guided you, see, first agenda was the ratio method. I hope everyone understood the ratio method, which is very, very important. Correct? Ratio method. Second agenda is to, I have made you explain how to change percentage into the fraction form. Correct na? Percentage into the fraction form. I hope this makes sense. Now the second is to know the derivative. Chaitanya, you're saying something, let me check. No. Let me make you understand. Let me make you understand. Okay, let me come to that point. Chaitanya, please wait. What I said now, see. Chaitanya, 533.33%, I can break it down to 500% plus 33.33%. 1 is equal to 100%, then 500 would be equal to 5. And I know that 33.33% is basically 1 by 3. If I say there is an increment of 533.33%, please understand what I am saying. If I say there is an increment of 533.33%, then I have added the plus sign here. Means my initial value is 3 and the final value would become when I add 3 plus 16, which is 19. Correct? Suppose if I take another example, if I say that there is an increment of 25%. 25% means, basically if I only talk about 25% means 1 by 4. Where is the increment? Increment would be when you add 1 plus 1 by 4. Or directly you can say when the value 4 plus 1, 5. When the value becomes 5, initially it was 4. So this is basically increment of 25%. I hope now this is clear. Chaitanya? Correct? I hope this is clear now. Please comment. Okay, fine. So let us come to the part. Is this clear? Is this clear? Yes. Okay. Now let us now see. Now I was talking about the derivative. Let's see. What is derivative? Now if I talk about the derivative, basically this is what. See, derivative means, suppose somebody said ki you need to figure out the value of 66.66%. Now this is what. See, basically, can I say, if I'll break it out, it is like 2 into 33.33%. See the logic. Correct, na? 2 into 33.33%, and I know that 33.33% is basically 1 by 3. So I'll multiply this by 2. This will become like 2 by 3. So this is the basic process, na? Try to understand. Correct. Correct, na? Everyone is getting my point? Yes or no? I hope you are getting, guys. Suppose if I say now I need to break like 175%. 175%. You need to understand the derivatives. You can break it like 100% plus 75%. Correct? 100% plus 75%. You need to break like that. Now this 100% is basically 1. 100 means 1. plus 75%. See, 1 by 4 is 25%. 25 into 3 is 75. 1 by 4 is basically 25%. 25 into 3 is basically 4. To multiply this by 3. So this becomes what? This becomes 1 plus 3 by 4. Correct. And this whole becomes 7 by 4. So if you say that anything is increased by 175%, or you say that anything is increased by 7 by 4, they both are equal. I hope this is clear. I hope this is clear. Now I think it is clear, Chaitanya. Now I think this is clear, Chaitanya. So this is like very, very important, guys. You need to understand this part. Okay. Now, can you please share the session so that many of the students should take the class? Now, suppose if I take, there's a, now if I have taken like increased value, na? I make you understand through the increased value. Suppose if I don't take the increased value, I usually take the decreased value. Like if I say minus of 25%. If I say minus of 25% means I have a decreasing, means this, the value is getting decreased. The value is getting decreased. But how come? Now see, this would be minus 1 by 4. So the again I would say this is my base. So my base would be 4 only. Now 4 minus 1, that becomes 3. Correct. So this would be my initial value and this would be my final value. Suppose I say there is an increment of 37.5. 37.5. There's an increment of, suppose I say there is an increment of 37.5. See, the decrement this sign, increment up sign. Now I know that 1 by 8 is 12.5 and this is like 3 times. So I would say now this is like 3 by 8. This is like nothing but 3 by 8. So I can say now my initial value is 8. Now 8 plus 3, 11. So my final value would become 11. Then only there is an increment of 37.5%. Then only. Correct. Now suppose if I write down, so these two things are very, very important. Suppose if I write down 116, there is a, like, if I would say that there is an increment only, I'll write there is an increment of 116.66%. How can you write this now? First step is that break this number in terms of 100. So you break this number 100 plus 16.66%. They both are in percentage, so I'll write down percentage. Now see, 100% means basically 1 and 16.66 is what? Basically 1 by 6. Correct. This is basically 1 by 6. So I need to figure out what? I need to figure out 1 plus 1 by 6. Correct. So 1 plus 1 by 6 is basically 7 by 6. So I'll write down 7 by 6. But they are saying that this is an increment. They are saying this is the increment. So I would write my initial value is basically 6 and my final value would be 6 plus 7, which is 13. So 6 becomes 13. Then there is an increment of 116.66%. Yes, Chaitanya. I hope you are getting it, Chaitanya. Come on, say. Is this clear? Till now it is clear. Come on. Okay. Now see the second agenda. So basically the second agenda, I'll make you solve through the question also. Second agenda is successive percentage change. Guys, from tomorrow we will be only solving the question. Try to get what I'm saying. Successive percentage change. So basically there are the two things. One is formula through formula, and second is the common sense. Second is with the common sense. So how you will understand this through common sense and then formula. See, formulas are very, I would say, I would say very bad in nature. So I'll guide you. If there is a two successive percentage change, if there is two successive percentage change, two successive percentage change, then percentage change, then the formula becomes A plus B plus A into B by 100. Suppose if I say there are two values, one is increased by 20% and second is increased by 20% two times, matlab 20% two times, then the impact of this 20% would be what? This would be 20% plus 20% plus 20 into 20 by 100. So the impact of 220% successively will be 44%. I hope you are getting my point. Not it is 40%. See, whenever successive percentage comes, whenever successive percentage comes, we do not add percentage normally. We do not add percentage normally. We are not going to add percentage normally. Suppose they are saying that 20% increment, then 20% increment, means they both are increment and they both are going for successive. So you'll not write that 20 plus 20 is equal to 40%. No, this is wrong. You should write in a way that 20% plus 20% plus 20 into 20 by 100. So this 0, 0, 0, 0 gets cancelled out and this would be, the impact would be 44%, not the 40%. I hope this is making sense to everyone, correct? But this formula has some restriction. As I have guided you, the formula, this formula is having some restriction. What is that restriction? This is only applied to two successive percentage change. This formula having some restriction because this is only applied in two successive percentage change. What if there is a three successive percentage change? There is a formula. I'm not saying there is no formula. There is formula. But that formula, how much formula you will learn? So better to have an understanding of common sense. I hope you are getting my point. Better to have understanding of common sense. If you'll have like common sense, you can solve any of the question. Everyone is getting my point? Correct. So let us now understand this whole process with a common sense. So guys, I'll now work upon the common sense. Correct. I will work now upon the common sense. What is basically common sense? So suppose if my initial value is 100, first it is been increased by 20%. Then this value becomes what? 120. Then again this is increased by 20%. 20% means 120 into 20 by 100. 0, 0, 0, 0, 24. There's an increment of 24 now. So 24 means it will become 144. Correct. So eventually, if I am knowing this common sense, if there are 2% successive change, the 100 will become 144. Now 100 is becoming 144. There's a change of 44%. This is the normal way. Process number 1. Correct. This is basically process number 1. This is basically process number 1, where first 20% and then we are increasing this as a 20%. Now, suppose somebody will say, no, take it like another part. So again, if I take like 20%, like if I take first value, assume 100%, it has been increased by 50% now. 50% now, then it will become like 150. Then it will increase like 20% now. Then it will, the 20% will be 30. Then it will become 180. Then I would say, then again go for 50% now. Then you will say 90, add 90. Then this will become 270. Go for n number of successive percentage change. No worries. Go for n number of percentage change. But the initial value is this one. Initial value is this one. Your final value is this one. And you gone for n number of successive percentage change. First you gone for 50%, then you gone for 20%, then you again gone for 50%. Correct. And you can go for as so on and so forth. You can go for so on and so forth. No issue in that. Please comment. I hope this is clearly understood to everyone. Can you comment, guys? Is it understood to everyone? Chaitanya, I hope you are getting. You can take any of the examples. Correct. Okay. Now, if you understood this, the third part. See, you haven't studied such much in deep. You haven't studied deep in such a way in the chapter called percentage, which I'm guiding you. So let us now understand there is no sequence in percentage. No sequence followed in percentage. Followed in percentage. Why I am saying so? See, suppose I take my value. Suppose I take my value 100. If I increase this value to 50%, this becomes 150. Now suppose I increase this value to 20%, then this will increase by 30 plus 30, 150 plus 30, this will become 180. Correct. Now you've seen that there is an increment of first 50% and then there is an increment of second, which is 30%. Correct. So you followed this the structure. You firstly increase the value to 50% and then you increase the value to 30%. If suppose if I'll not do this, I'll go first with the 30%. Then it will become 130 and then I'll increase this value by 50%. Correct. I hope this making sense. I hope this making sense. This will again reach up to 180%. 180. Correct. No, sorry. First I'll go to 20%. Sorry. First I'll go to 20%. Then it will become like what? It will become like 120 and then I'll go for 50%. 50% means 60. 120 plus 60 is again 180. So the logic is that which we like do not like we think like that. The logic is that if you do 50% first or if you do 20% first, if you do second last 20%, then if you do second last 50%, they are not impacting my result. They are not impacting my result. See, you can see everyone. The result remains the same, 180 and 180. We should keep in mind this because we as an student, we should keep in mind. But see, this kind of small things we do not keep in mind. Is it good? I would say everyone to keep a note of it. I'll try my level best to give you the notes of the class. Correct. But as I said earlier, follow the percentage with the things which I made you solve. First is assuming the value, and you always think of it. Any question you solve, you always assume that my let number would be 100x. Now you not need to assume that the number is 100x. Now I would request that go for ratio method, which is second process. Correct. Now I hope this much of concept you can solve a question. Correct. Now can we go for a question? Come on, say yes or no. Let's go for first question, guys. So this is our first question, and this is one of the exam based questions, I would say. Let me just make you understand. A number increased by 137, 1/2%. The point is that if anybody knows how to break this number, means the number is 137.1/2. Means I can break this number 100 plus 37.50. Correct. Means 1 plus 3/8. Means this will become 11 by 8. Is it right or not? Come on, say fast. Till now it is clear. This how this becomes 11 by 8. How this becomes 11 by 8. Is this clear? See the process, everyone. Chaitanya, now the moment you made this like 11 by 8 means you are trying to say what? Your initial value is 8 and your final value is 8 plus 11, which is what? 8 plus 11, which is 19. Correct? Then only there is an increment of 37, 1 by 2 percentage, gives 33. So they are saying that it gives 33. Correct? Now a number is increased by, here it is increased by how much? 8 becomes 19. It is increased by how much? It is increased by 11. First let's see now. Here it is increased by 11, but according to you it is increased by 33. So 1 increased by 3. They are asking what? They are asking find the number. What is that number? Come on. What is that number? Initially that number is 8. So 8 into 3 is basically 24 is the answer. Very good. Understood, Chaitanya? You got the logic? Chaitanya, you got the logic? Please confirm. Okay. Let's solve next question. Come on, see. Basic question on percentages. Come on, solve this. Can you solve? Come on, solve. See, basically what I am doing. Now, see basically what I am doing. Just wait, everyone. Come on, solve this. Solving. Okay, let me solve then. Okay, let me solve. See. Now the main hurdle is what? The main hurdle is reduced by 36.36. Fraction is basically, so I would write see I would write what? They are saying that there is a reduced of minus of 36.36%. Okay, they are saying this. Okay, fine, understood. Now if they are saying this, then first of all we need to understand what is this 36.33%. See, you need to understand that what is 1 by 11. For this you need to understand what is 1 by 11. 1 by 11 is 9.09. If you multiply this by 4, you will get the same thing, correct? So can I say this whole value becomes 4 by 11? If this value becomes 4 by 11, come on, say, is it right till now? 4 by 11, there's a decrement. So my initial value is basically 11. So my final value would be what? There's a decrement, 11 minus 4, which is 7. So my initial value becomes 11, my final value becomes 7, correct? Now its present value is 315. So its present value is given like 315. I hope you are getting my point, everybody. Okay, but your present value is 7. So can I say that 7 equals to 315? If according to me that value, present value is 7, and according to the quotient that is 315, so I can say that my one value would be 315 divided by 7, which is again what? 7 for the, yeah, I would say this is go like 4 times and then 5 times. So my one value is 45, correct? They're asking what is the original value. So 11 into 45, yeah, I need to figure out. 11 into 45 means what? 4 would be here, 5 would be here, 5 plus 4, 9. 495 is my answer. So correct answer is option number C. Understood everyone? Please say. Chaitanya, understood? I hope this is clear. Correct now? See, if you will find out the main part here now, you will feel that what you need to know through the ratio method. So I am solving the quotient through the ratio method only every time. Why I am solving through the ratio method? Because I know it will be solved very easily. I know that it will be solved very easily. So that's why I am solving with the ratio method. Let's come to the question number 2 then. Let's try this. Try everyone. I would request that please share this session to your friends. Come on, solve. Let's try and then see that. Again, I would come to the point, I would say that I am coming to the point which is 14.28%. Suppose. Now guys, there is a increment of, so plus 14.28, correct? So if I write like first 14.28 means 14.28, the fraction value is, the fraction value is basically, can I say 1 by 7? Correct now, and there's an increment of, so I'll go for my final, initial value is 2, final value. So I know that my initial value is basically 7 and my final value would be 8, correct? How much percentage should it be decreased to get the original value? How much it should be decreased to get the original value? So it would be decreased 1 now, from, it would get decreased 1 from what? Earlier it was getting increased from 7. Now it will get decreased from 8. So basically 12.50%. So I think options is not present here. I think this is clear. Please say it is clear or not. Everything is clear, yes or no? Chaitanya? Let's come to the next part. So solve this. Another question, guys, with no options. Okay, that's fine. See, I have taken, because the question itself was saying that how much it should be decreased to get the original value. So it would get, original value is this one, na? So from final value it would be get decreased 1 from what? it would get decreased from 8. Is this clear? I hope so. Now this makes sense. Okay, fine. Let's come to the next part. Try this question. Try this one. Let me make you understand. Basically, a number is decreased by 55.55%. So, decrement sign of negative 55.55% means basically I know that 1 by 9 is basically 11.11. Multiply this by 5, this will become 55. So basically this whole value, the fraction part is 5 by 9, correct? So I have my initial value, then I'll go for my final value. So if my initial value is 9, it is getting decreased, 9 minus 5, then it is becoming 4. How much should it be increased to get the original value? How much you are going to increase? So when you want to reach to the 9, you will increase plus 5, correct? You're going to increase plus 5, na? Come on, say. Plus 5 you are going to increase from, plus 5 you are going to increase from 4, which is nothing but 1 by 4. So what is like 5 by 4? You know that 1 by 4 is 25%. 25 into 5 is what? Say fast. 25 into 5 is what? 125%. So this would be 125%. Clear? I hope Chaitanya you got this as well. Everything we are learning here is being solved through the percentage, through the ratio method. Now I can say that you have learned that how ratio are being used. Try this question. It's a very good question, guys. Try this one. No, you would take the try solving more and more question, na. Try to take the denominator as the base value. Let me solve this one. So if 16.66 of the student in as a total school are girls and the total number of boys is 275, okay, fine. So they are saying that 16.66% means 1 by 6. This is my base, correct? This is my base, or I would say this is my original value, or I would say this is my original value. So my originally is 6. Now if my original is 6, they are saying that total student and total so schools are girls and the number of boys is the find the total number of, so okay, So basically of 1, basically they are in 1:5 it is given there, okay, in 1:5. So basically the ratio of boys and girls would be 1:5. It is mentioned in the question, correct? This is my girls and this is my boys. And they are saying that, and the number of boys in the school is, see, according to me, the number of boys is 5. According to the question, the number of boys is 275. So what can I multiply? What can I multiply? Can you say that? I can multiply 35 over here. If I can multiply it to 35, then I would say this is also multiplied with 35 and eventually it will become 35. Correct? Now find the total number of students in the school. They are saying that please figure out the total number of students in the school. So basically what you need to do, 35, this is 35 and this is like 275. Is it clear, guys? Till now it is clear, everyone? Please comment. Please comment. So the total number of students would be how much? According to me, it is 6. Correct? According to me, it is 6. Till now it is clear, Soumya? 55. So I'll multiply this by 55. So 6 into 55 would be how much? Figure it out. 30. 330 na? Now I think this is clear to you. Come on, say yes or no. Chaitanya. It would be 35. Where I have mentioned? Which part I have mentioned? Okay, sorry, my bad. So if 5 is equals to 275, then 1 would be equal to 275 by 5, na? So 5 5s are 25. Oh, it would be 55. Sorry, my bad. It would be 55. Sorry. Then, sorry, my bad. This would be again 55. Sorry, Soumya, Chaitanya, my bad. Now I think it is fine. Now I think it is fine now. Correct? Okay. Now so I think you are a part of Telegram. Chaitanya, are you there a part of Telegram? Yes or no? You are part of Telegram, yes or no? Okay. So if you are a part of Telegram, I will be sharing this PDF in the Telegram straight away right now. Okay. I will be sharing this PDF straight away in the Telegram. Rest question you can solve there. I have given like lot of questions there as an homework. Rest questions we can solve there. Okay, I'll do. I'll do that. No worries, I'll do that. Keep in mind your feedback. So I hope guys you have just understood the ratio method and the percentage basic method which I've guided you right now. So these are the like two methods of solving percentage problem. From tomorrow we will be discussing more and more problems on percentages. Today I'm sharing the PDF in the Telegram so that you can practice and ask me in the class or in the Telegram. Be there with me guys because I'll help you a lot. Till then, I hope you enjoyed the class. Do give the answers in the comment section so that personally I can assist you. And see you tomorrow. I hope you're seeing a percentage with a different view, have grown up. So it is fine, not an issue, Chaitanya. Not an issue. So till then, bye bye everyone. Bye guys. Shining off Agnimitra. Take care and keep shining and keep learning. Bye.